Egypt's history stretches back, so far it almost feels unreal. It's a civilization so ancient that Cleopatra, the last true ruler of the kingdom, lived closer to our digital age than to the time when the pyramids of Giza rose from the desert sands. In its vast timeline, Egypt's people crafted knowledge and innovations that would be buried and rediscovered countless times. With every glimpse we take into their world, there's an invitation to learn, to unearth lessons that have withstood the test of millennia. The awe-inspiring monuments and cultural achievements of the ancient Egyptians were not just the backdrop of history. They shaped it. This was a land of firsts. From the invention of writing through hieroglyphics and the earliest forms of beer, to calendars, makeup, door locks, and even significant advances in medicine, their contributions rippled through time. Yet, when you visit Egypt today, the modern world crowds around these ancient wonders, as if trying to contain their magic. The pyramids, standing tall for over 4,500 years, were more than tombs for the likes of King Khufu and Queen Henutsen. They symbolized a divine passage to the afterlife. Located just outside a bustling city, these ancient structures now share space with tourists, vendors, and the everyday noise of life. While the grandeur is undeniable from the outside, the climb within can feel anticlimactic, the narrow chambers stark compared to the majestic exteriors. And those exteriors, truly breathtaking, were meticulously crafted by legions of skilled laborers who carved 2.3 million granite blocks to complete the Great Pyramid over 20 years. What remains even more captivating is the mystery of their construction. Despite modern technology, we're still puzzled over how these colossal structures were built with such precision. Without the use of wheels or draft animals, the ancient Egyptians relied on human ingenuity. Theories suggest they used wooden sleds and ramps of wetted sand to maneuver blocks weighing up to 2.5 tons, a feat that defies even today's engineering prowess. But Egypt's wisdom extended far beyond construction techniques. Social structures and legal rights were notably progressive for their time. Women could divorce, own property, enter into contracts, and even receive equal pay for similar work. Marriage contracts often secured their wealth in the event of a separation. This society acknowledged the need for balance and fairness, even while revering their pharaohs as gods. When conditions fell short, laborers were unafraid to strike for better treatment, a bold stance for a civilization that believed their ruler held divine power. Their spirit of negotiation wasn't limited to labor rights. After centuries of conflict with the Hittite Empire over territory that is modern-day Syria, Egypt sealed one of history's earliest peace treaties, recognizing that coexistence was preferable to perpetual war. This approach to diplomacy was forward-thinking, as much of the world only began embracing such ideas on a broader scale in recent history. While women in the West gained the right to vote just over a century ago, Egyptian women wielded their rights thousands of years earlier. And as the Western world struggled with outdated gender roles until the late 20th century, ancient Egypt had already set a foundation for more equitable societal practices. Even the Greeks, known for their intellectual advancements, looked to Egypt with reverence, tracing cultural roots and mythological tales back to this ancient land. The reason we know so much about Egypt compared to civilizations like the Mayans or early Chinese societies is due to their dedication to preserving knowledge. Through monuments, artifacts, and written records, they left a detailed legacy. However, much of their wisdom was still lost over time, especially after the spread of foreign influences and the decline of the language. When Alexander the Great's empire absorbed Egypt and the Romans took over, the ability to read ancient Egyptian script faded, leaving parts of their history shrouded in mystery. And maybe it's fitting that some secrets remain hidden. Egypt's lessons include understanding that not all knowledge should be easily accessible. There's power in what remains locked away, and the ancient Egyptians knew the importance of protecting their legacy while sharing only parts of it. They taught us that true greatness doesn't compete for attention. Egypt didn't seek to outdo other civilizations. It focused on perfecting itself. And the results are still visible today, achievements that stretch across centuries, inspiring wonder and respect. Their stories are carved into the stones that tower over the desert and whispered through the sands that have weathered the passing of ages. Ancient Egypt urges us to honor our history, to build with intention, and to value the peace that benefits all. By turning inward and concentrating on what truly matters, they achieved a kind of immortality, leaving behind not just artifacts, but lessons that speak to the core of human existence.